I'll be the first to admit that I love ships. Like, I really do. Like, I'm a big fan of them. Now, I will say I'm not on the scale of some other people where it gets a little bit into a weird area. I just like relationships and shipping people across universes or different areas of romance animes and stuff like that. So I decided, hey, I kind of want to do a video about shipping an anime character with like a DC or a Marvel character. And I feel like the perfect person to kind of do this with, at least for the first one I do of this kind of topic, has to be Deku and Supergirl. And the reason why I want these two to be like, or why they would genuinely be perfect for each other, is just everything they are as heroes and everything they are as personalities is legitimately perfect for the two of them as a couple. Especially if we're talking about my adventures with Supergirl, that I've talked about on different channels that we're not, that doesn't really matter too much, but I've talked about them in volume, right, on different channels. But with that said, I thought, hey, let's just talk about Deku and some other woman, some other girl, whatever you want to call her, from a different universe, right? And I so happen to think, you know what? Deku and Supergirl. How about that? And honestly, I think these two really would be absolutely perfect for each other for a multitude of reasons. But with that said, before I get into it, I would love to hear anybody, leave comments down below. Anybody you would like to see me do next, in terms of like what couples across universes would be cool. I would love to see your guys' thoughts or your guys' ideas on what would be interesting. Now, with that said, let's get into why these two would actually make for a pretty damn good couple. Now, for starters, I think it's pretty obvious to say that these two would understand each other like pretty damn good, especially with what they are as people in terms of the hero aspect, right? In terms of being a hero, these two are very similar, like very similar. Like these two cannot ignore someone in danger. If someone's badly hurt, if someone is, in a bad spot or whatever, and they need help, their first instincts are to throw themselves into any danger you can possibly imagine. Like Supergirl is the same way. Obviously, we know Deku is. Like we have literally seen Deku do this when he was quirkless. But the thing is, Supergirl has done this countless times as well. She immediately will sacrifice, will do anything in her power to make sure the person that is in front of her is safe and sound. She wants everybody to go home, not, completely hurt or dead or whatever, right? And she wants to do anything in her power to protect everyone. She will fight for everyone. And one thing I love about, especially this version of Supergirl, the My Adventures with Superman one, is that she is essentially dedicated as this warrior of Earth, right? She is a warrior of Earth. Now, Deku isn't that, like, obviously, but I feel like having this warrior of Earth with someone who is, like, basically a symbol of peace, right? One of the greatest heroes ever. Even when he was just a kid, he was arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest hero, like, ever, from what he was able to do. And I feel like they'd be able to get along so damn well. Like, one being that warrior and then one being, like, an absolute, like, peak of a hero, because that's what Deku really was. And the reality is, neither of them know how to stop. Like, neither of them know the idea of giving up, right? Neither of them will give up. Like, they will die before they give up, which I think is a really cool aspect that makes them so similar as a, like, fighting duo couple type of thing. Like, the two of them would absolutely destroy themselves before they damn give up. And we've seen that especially with Deku. Obviously, Deku, like, has destroyed his body, trying to save multiple people, trying to, like, fight, trying to do all these things. He has murdered his body before. So we know Deku is the person to literally never give up. Like, he would rather destroy his body than give up. And Kara herself, like I've said, will throw herself into danger, like, without even thinking. Like, especially if their relationship is at that level, like, they have a really good friendship slash eventual like actual relationship like together, you already know Kara will literally put like her family, her loved ones over everything. Like she will literally do that. She will sacrifice whatever she got to do to make sure that everyone is safe and make sure that her loved ones are safe as well. And the reality is these two are gonna go out of their way to save anybody, and they're gonna do it. Like they're gonna do it no matter freaking what. And there is no doubt in my mind that these two would have essentially the same like ideas and ideals when it comes to being a hero. Frankly, I think Supergirl will actually love Deku's heroism. Like I think the reality is I think she will be very, very smitten by Deku essentially wanting to be the hero that he is, like the willingness to run towards danger and overall just that willingness to do whatever it takes to make sure people are safe. Kara will be very smitten by that. That is just the type of person she is. I think she would be swept off her feet by somebody doing something along those lines. But also I think it would be funny to an extent because she probably would take this as a competition. Like she's like, oh, he thinks he can be better than me at saving people? Well, I'm going to save people twice as good as he can. And I think that's only going to be good for the universe, right? Everything will always just be better because this is happening, because she is basically putting herself in a competition with somebody that doesn't really want a competition. Like, it's not like Deku would want to, like, do a competition against her to prove who's better. Like, he doesn't really care. It's not that deep for him. Like, but it's not, to be fair, it's not that deep for her either. But in terms of, like, she will see it as a competition, as, like, a fun way to do that. Deku is just like, hey, this is just me. Like, I'm just here to save people. This is just what I do. And I think she would love that even more, right? I think there's so many aspects of Deku that she would just genuinely fall in love with. Like, his want, his desire to help people, all those things. Like, it would be another level. Like, she would love that so much. And then on top of that, he's pretty damn strong. Like, yeah, he's using, like, the whole, like, technology thing, whatever. But he's strong. I mean, he's going to be a top hero. And the reality is, you know, he's going to be up there with the best of them. So she's going to be pretty interested in him with that as well. And I think Deku could handle Supergirl's personality pretty well. Now, I will say, he's an awkward dude. So the reality is he's going to have awkward moments and stuff like that. And that's going to be very Jimmy Olsen, right? Because let's be honest, Jimmy Olsen with Kara, at least with Kara specifically, is awkward as hell. So that would be fine. It would all work out in the same way. And I think Deku, actually, funny enough, would have a better time explaining to her certain things that need to be explained. Like, if Deku believes that, like, you know, that she's doing something, or that they should further their relationship, but that he wants to go slow, whatever, he wouldn't be like Jimmy Olsen. Yeah, he's awkward like Jimmy Olsen, but Deku also knows how to get his words out. Like, he knows how to say things, and the last thing he would want is for her to take things the wrong way, right? And he wouldn't just let it be that way, right? He wouldn't just let it lie, like, oh, whatever, like, things got, you know, taken the wrong way, like, who cares? No. Deku is the person that wants people to be happy, right? He wants people to understand, wants them to, like, you know, not be on, like, bad footing or anything like that. And they would definitely be able to do that. They would be able to handle their relationship a lot better, frankly, than probably Jimmy Olsen. And don't get me wrong, I love Jimmy Olsen in My Adventures with Superman, and that's why I'm using this as a comparison. But the reality is he definitely did not approach it the way he probably should have. And I just don't think Deku would really make the same mistakes. And if he did, he would definitely be able to, like, you know, actually make up for these mistakes a lot sooner. Like, if he messed up and was like, you know what, I messed up and I realized that, he would outright tell her, like, I'm sorry, like, I really didn't mean it to be this way. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to do that. And he would be, because he is that person, right? He is that person to be apologetic and make sure that things are, you know, understood and known. And overall, just, like, handled in that way. And I think the two of them, right, would be prepared for legitimately the both of them, right? Like in terms of being heroes and stuff like that, they are literally the perfect couple, because not only are the two of them heroes, they're both very powerful heroes. They both have very similar mindsets, all that stuff. And yeah, I could see there being a lot of really, really adorable moments with Kara being the blunt kind of Kara that she is, super, forward, aggressive, competitive, occasionally terrifying, to a certain extent. And I think Deku would honestly, he would be awkward and stuff, but let's be honest, he has definitely dealt his entire life dealing with strong personalities. Cough, cough, Bakugo, right? Like, that's a strong personality you got to deal with. And frankly, I think Supergirl is a ray of sunshine when you compare, Bakugo to any personality. Like, in terms of Supergirl, she is literally like a walk in a flower meadow compared to freaking Bakugo. So obviously he has understanding of it and understands that, yeah, she's blunt, but she's a sweetheart, and she's this and that. And I think, like, underneath all that, like, there would be a lot of understanding for Deku. And that's one thing about his character that's so good, is that he is so damn understanding. Like, he's not gonna like make up some nonsense that will make this relationship fall flat or whatever. And I think overall, like, these two not only would make for a really good couple, but if we're talking about hero stuff, like, these two as a hero duo would be insane. The dynamic that they would have would be hilarious, because, I mean, the reality is Supergirl is an alien and she's ridiculously powerful. And then we have Deku, who is, let's be honest, he's very strong, very powerful, very, very capable, but he's also this super nervous nerd that, not as bad as what he was when he was a kid, but, still nervous nerd that has, this muttering issue. And, he's just, not the funniest or not the best when dealing with these, certain scenarios. And I can see a moment where, Kara's essentially hey, what are you even looking at? Why are you just mumbling to yourself, staring at me? And it was just him just analyzing her, just learning and thinking and all this stuff. And I could see her making, I want to say, advances. I know that's probably the wrong word for it, but probably saying things to him that definitely seem like advances, but it's her just being blunt, right? She would definitely be oh, you're really cute when you're all muttery and nervous and stuff. And that's just her being blunt, just being honest. But to him, it would error. He would not be able to function with somebody that would do that, because she is somebody who isn't nervous. She is just somebody who will lay it all out there and be oh yeah, no, that's cute. And just be honest. And I think that's a really good dynamic, right? Having somebody who's kind of a nervous wreck from time to time, and then another person who is just the most blunt, aggressive competitor you possibly know. But she's a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart. She's not overbearing or anything like that, but she is a sweetheart. So it's the reality is she's super nice and all this stuff. So it kind of makes him even more nervous, even more awkward, all those things. And I think a Deku and Supergirl relationship would be the perfect mix. Genuinely the perfect mix. That would be the most adorable, ridiculously powerful, but also ridiculously adorable as well. But with that said, I would love to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about Deku and Supergirl? Are there any other couples or couplings that you think hey, this anime and this DC character, or this anime and this Marvel character would be perfect for each other? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about what character would work with what character? And frankly, I want to say this before this video ends. This video isn't necessarily because I don't think Deku and Ochako are a good fit or anything like that. That's not what I believe at all. It's just more of a hypothetical, if there was somebody out in the universe, right, and Deku was to have a relationship with them, who would be really good, right? Who would be really good in that relationship? I just wanted to lay that out there because I do like Ochako a lot. I just don't want people to get upset and being oh, you don't like Ochako, blah, blah, blah. No, I do. I love her. But the reality is I wanted to make a video that crossed over an anime character and a character from either DC or Marvel. And I wanted to talk about the reasons why these two would be so good together, because I might honestly do in the future, if you guys want it and you guys have suggestions, I might do Deku with a different DC or Marvel character, or even another anime character from a different anime or from the same anime. I thought this was a cool little idea. I'm not going to do these all the time, but hey, if you guys like them, shoot, maybe we will. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below. Yeah, leave any suggestions for future ones, Deku with somebody else or a different character with somebody else. I'd love to hear them in the comment section below. Now, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, with that said, I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.